to sum up is that, what I'll just say to sum up is that, you know, what I see as a resident of this district, is that that Kingsborough is the biggest, is the biggest project right now, but it is indicative of the same issues happening everywhere from literally end to end of the district. I just moved from a building with construction of like a 12-story building right outside of it. You can't go down Franklin Avenue without seeing, it's like every block. My new block has construction. It's like every block has massive construction, massive density, parking issues, all of these things. Kingsborough is for sure one of the most acute, biggest, and something that needs to take action. We need to take action on quickly. My hope was that we could put a resolution together this month. We could include it in the Vital Brooklyn. Included in that is the Vital Brooklyn Kingsborough conversation that I think Menachem very aptly summed up. And then but we have a holistic resolution that encapsulates these main issues around density, infrastructure, services, parking, affordability, and that we put that forward. So that was my original, that was my original proposal. And I appreciate the feedback, Suki. Okay, I'm gonna go to Rod and then, what'd you say?
Can we finish the vote, I mean, and not
Yeah, so
roll call vote?
okay, so I think we need to go back to I think, yeah, I'm trying to, we had 2 more votes. Right now we have 2 abstentions, and then we had Diane and myself on a resolution for Vital Brooklyn. So Diane, would you like to vote on a resolution just for Vital Brooklyn?
I thought maybe I'm wrong, but I thought you said that the proposal was going to be for one resolution that will include.
We were, I know, this is confusing because what happened was I got taken over. So, we have to finish that first vote and then we can go to a second vote if we don't agree, is basically what has to happen. So the first vote that got seconded, and that got put into motion was a vote for a Vital Brooklyn resolution and only a Vital Brooklyn resolution.
And I think that one was the one that I said I would abstain.
Okay.
That was my vote.
Okay. And I'm the last one, and I'm also going to abstain just so that, you know, on the basis that I would like to include it in a broader, in a resolution, for the full district, for the yeah. So with that, I would like to put forth a vote for a resolution for the full district that includes specificity and urgency around a Vital Brooklyn concern. And can I get a second for that vote?
I would second that vote. I would second it. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna go through roll call again, for that resolution. So Augustine.
Yes.
Renisha.
Yes.
Unella.
Yes.
Janice. Janice. I'll come back to Janice. Menachem.
Oh, hello?
Hi, Janice.
Oh, this is the second resolution.
Yes.
That's going to be more comprehensive and holistic,
Correct.
similar to what Suki has suggested.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay, I'm for that.
Great.
That's more unifying.
Thank you. Menachem.
Are we opposing Vital Brooklyn?
We're not opposing Vital
Oh,
Brooklyn.
nobody's opposing.
We're
Vital.
not opposing Vital Brooklyn. We're just agreeing, we're putting it into a resolution. And what I said was in my proposal that we will put together a comprehensive resolution for housing concerns for CB9 that includes and has an explicit section that conveys urgency around the issues that you discussed for Vital Brooklyn.
Yeah, I vote, but I would like to see more detail on Vital Brooklyn, because that's more imminent of an issue, so. But I'm in favor, yes.
Okay, great. Diane,
My vote is yes.
great, and my vote is yes. Great, so, what I will do is, work with the CB9 office. And this was to put these concerns into a resolution. Hopefully we can do this fairly quickly, send it to you all over email for feedback. And that we can, vote on in the next meeting, which is what we would have to do for a Vital Brooklyn resolution. Would have had to do with Vital Brooklyn resolution regardless. Rod, you had your hand up?
Yeah, so I have, so now that you voted this way, one of the things that I strongly suggest, is that everybody read the audit that was put up by the controller, Brad Lander. He identified significant findings with regards to the operation of the fair share audit and how it was not followed, and how that this area, right, is basically the Fair Share Act was not followed. So what should happen is that you should understand the recommendations that were given, what is their status, and when will they be completed. All right, if you're looking at holistically, right, it's a lot of work than looking at individual projects. So now that you're taking this, I mean, because I've done similar things like this before, and the way it is right now, it's a lot of work. You're going to have to appoint someone to take a look at all of the projects that are going on, right? Keep track of them. How is the land being used? Looking at the area and what's being affected. Right? You cannot look at it, you know, holistically you can, but it's going to be a lot of work. All right, but in order to guide you, take a look at the audit, because the audit looked at the entire city, and follow through with those recommendations and to make sure they're implemented, and what you want are specific time frames on when those recommendations will be addressed.
Okay. Rod, can you send that to me so it can go out to the committee?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank
And
you
I'll
so,
send it, you know, I don't have your email address. I'll send it to the district office and I'll have them send it to you.
thank you. Great. I want to quickly, I know we're almost at time. I want to quickly, move to the next, agenda item, which is the community fair. The community fair is coming up in June. And there's a question of what would the housing committee like to see at the community fair? Historically with the community fair, there's been different government offices that are represented there, different community organizations that are there. I want to just take a few quick thoughts so that we can start planning and put those requests into the board office.
How about representative from HCR? Since, you know, they're part of the Vital Brooklyn.
Okay. Any other thoughts?
So Matt, just a quick thing. I mean, I'm listening to everything. You know, I've done a lot of reading on the Vital Brooklyn projects. You know, the Vital Brooklyn is a series of projects, not just one location, right? It's a series of projects. And from what I'm hearing, I don't think that is fully understood amongst the committee that's here. Right? That's just from what I'm hearing. If I'm incorrect, you know, that's fine. I'll fall on my sword, but I don't believe that is what's going on here. So I strongly would suggest that, you know, everybody has to do a reset, take a step back, understand what the projects are, understand the purpose of the Vital Brooklyn project in its entirety, because I'm not getting the strong feeling that everybody
Yeah,
has a
Rod,
good
sorry.
working knowledge of the project.
So just be clear, that was my understanding. I think that is, I think that's most people's understanding, because I've seen them at a lot of folks at these meetings, the town hall
Mhm.
meetings. We've moved on from that, because I want to make sure we are adhering to time. Is there any other requests, thoughts about the community fair that would be helpful to the community?
Yeah, I just would like to add, accessibility for, seniors. I have a few neighbors who would, interested in finding how to make their homes or apartments more accessible.
Great.
And also, making the communities a NORC community, where the seniors would be able to stay in their homes and not have to, their homes and apartments, and not have to face exorbitant rents and things like that. So, yeah, I would like the seniors to be addressed, as well as how younger people can get apartments at a decent income, with a income less than 50,000, 60 or 50,000.
Great. Lisa?
Thank you.
I think Jay had his hand up first.
Okay, Jay?
Thank you. I wanted to suggest that the public advocate, Jumaane Williams, be invited this June. Jumaane Williams is, he has a lot of power, and he was responsible for something called the Racial Impact Study. The Racial Impact Study said how certain communities of color are going to be affected by development. It was passed last year. I'm very curious how he would feel about how Vital Brooklyn may lead to the displacement of many people in East Flatbush who are not going to be happy with the quality of life and not having cars, and they may be displaced. So I wonder where
I just want to be clear that
Yeah,
the community
Jumaane
fair,
Williams.
the community fair is a space for resources. So I just want to make sure that that's clear. It's a place where community members can come for resources. I hear
the
you.
public-
He was actually
yeah.
at our last board meeting. So, okay.
I'm glad he got out of his fort. Like, he can come here and he could actually tell people how Vital Brooklyn affects it, because he lives in a fort on an army base, and he's the one who created the homeless bill
You,
in
Jay.
June.
I appreciate your
Okay.
suggestion. I've
Are you
written it
familiar
down.
with the homeless bill, Maz?
I've taken note of that, Jay. I appreciate it. Thank you. Suki, Unella, and then we're gonna move for next steps.
Just with regards to Janice's suggestion on the seniors, I saw an article about like a program for senior home sharing to match seniors with homes or extra rooms with tenants. So maybe if we can get some information distributed about that, that would be nice. There's something else I wanted to say, but I forgot now. Yeah, I'm sure HPD will be there as well. So you might want to ask Nicholas if they're coming, and coordinate with them about information that they might be handing out about their programs or how to apply for housing lotteries. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. Scree and Dree programs for senior and disabled renters. We used to do that a lot in this neighborhood. We would sign people up for Scree and Dree. I don't know if that's still necessary, but it's like an easy thing to do.
Okay, thank you. Unella?
Yes, Suki stole my idea. I was just gonna say, the lottery, especially for, young people up and coming, just to get, the information preparation as to how with all these housing units that we have going up, how to apply for the lottery. That information.
Great. Lisa, one last quick comment.
Yes, I'd like to expand to have somebody there that will actually help them apply. I know a lot of the elected officials and the community board, they have someone in their office one day a week or one day a month, but having somebody there that could actually sit with them and, say, take them through the application, so at least they know what they need to do if they don't have all of the information at that point.
Okay, thank you so much. Okay. I want to thank you all for a very productive meeting this evening. Thank you for bearing with me. Thank you for your suggestions. I'm excited to get this resolution put together, circulated. Next steps will be, I'll just in reverse order, I will put forward these suggestions to the board office for the community fair. I will work with the board office on this resolution and hopefully get some language to you all in the next 2 weeks. And then the 418 Rogers Avenue application will go to the general board meeting and be voted on. Just to be clear, Vital Brooklyn Kingsborough will have a very prominent part of the resolution. So I just want to be clear about that and marked as a top urgent matter. So Menachem, all of your suggestions are not in vain. That everything you said, I will attempt to make sure is retained in the resolution. So yeah, with that, thank you all very much. I adjourn the meeting at 8:38 p.m. See you all at the general meeting and be in touch hopefully in the meantime. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everyone.